Club. You're not live. Starting in 3, 2.
Hey, what's up? I feel like I've been going for so long.
Yeah, you on some
but
bullshit.
I'm back with the jump off. Hi, family. You at the Curators Club, NYC. What's up, Kenny Ken?
We missed you last week.
You did? Are you sure?
I mean, I was wearing you on my sweatshirt.
Oh my God, you missed me. Did you miss me?
Of course I did.
Rick, did you miss me?
Of course.
Oh, I was missed.
She said, "Ow."
I was missed.
You were
Hi,
missed.
guys.
You were
What
missed.
did
up?
you do for Easter Sunday?
Oh,
I went to church.
I haven't seen you guys for that long.
I don't know what I did on Easter.
You don't know what you did. I spoke to you on Easter.
What I do then?
I spoke to you early Easter.
I probably was working. I probably was.
Yeah, I spoke to you early during the day. What about you? You went home?
Yeah, I went to Ohio. I went to church in Youngstown. It was great. You know, New York isn't fully open, I guess, like Ohio, because I don't know of any churches to go to in New York that's open, but we did the Easter Sunday thing. It was fun.
I know they do like virtual Bible
Yes.
study.
Yeah, virtual
My grandma's
church
always
is
like,
big.
Oh, I was on virtual.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was on virtual.
Isn't it harder to
Did
catch the vibe virtual?
It's
The Holy Ghost? I don't think so because you know Peter Popoff, they be catching him through the TV. You watch Peter Popoff.
I just can't get with the name Peter Popoff. It just throws me off a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Peter
My favorite
Popoff.
part of his I don't know if it's a sermon, but on Sundays when you see him like, Jesus, it was a check in the mail for $17,038,495.
Thank you, Peter Popoff.
And 49 cents, 38.
Where is
The
this man?
bit.
Where is this man though?
7.
No, but it's the water. You gotta drink the water in order. You subscribe to the water in order to get the blessing, right?
I'm drinking the water right now.
Water. It's the water.
So, now Easter was good. What'd you do? Did your family cook? Do you have a tradition of eating goods?
We definitely have a
Easter
tradition of
Sunday?
eating good. I think both sides of my family cooked, but because I'm on like a super weird, strict, fake diet, I had nothing.
sound like you-
I had a little bit of leftovers that my mom brought me, but it was the same day. It was like a to-go plate. That was it.
Wait, super strict fake diet? I've never heard of nothing like this.
I eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and then sometimes I won't eat anything. That is a super strict fake diet. Like some days I won't eat anything, and I'm like, just breathe.
Shit sounds
You breathe,
unhealthy.
Eat
you
air.
stay alive.
Sound like you got your thoughts in your mind is bad.
No, but since Easter, we caught up to some not so good news.
Yeah.
The good news was the resurrection of Christ. The bad news was the untimely death of DMX.
That is a fact.
Come on.
Fact. We
Yeah,
do
I mean,
that.
it was
We do
a lot
that.
happening since Easter.
Yeah, rest in peace to X. Also rest in peace to Black Rob.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's
Black Rob too. DMX was kind of hit home for me. DMX is my mom's favorite rapper, guys.
Which I think is incredible.
When a manager had a scarf on.
I was introduced to Damien like young. Do you understand? Listening to like Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and you're like 11. My mom used to.
You're
Be
11.
like, I just love when a nigga bring his whole crew just in the. Y'all know that song?
In the backseat, like.
No, he wasn't. He was just in the car. She was sweeping up. It was just like, oh okay. But X was gonna give it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
I actually feel like
You'll make him lose his
DMX
mind,
is
man.
no facts, but DMX is like how can I say? He was really what I feel like every rapper wants to be, but they lose sight of.
Why?
And when I say that, I mean like who DMX was as far as when he got off that stage. That's one of the few rappers that walks through the streets of New York City with no security.
Yeah,
Good,
for
like,
sure.
just like giving love
sure.
to everybody, the community,
sure.
people, women is running dead, guys.
Yeah.
He's giving everybody a pound. He's taking pictures.
Yeah.
He's so sociable, just so polite. So what's the word I'm looking for?
He was a
Patient
humanitarian.
with
He's
his
very well
fans.
respected.
Yeah. No,
Definitely.
Swiss Beats had gone, and I don't know if it was a live or just a video he had posted, and he was saying that humanitarian work of DMX, so many people look past, because X would speak to somebody that was destitute. He would speak to the impoverished. He would speak to the lame. You know, he made time for every walk of life. He wasn't disassociating himself with people less than, you know, because he was so on top. It was incredible to think that someone so respected and so in demand would pause for a nobody, you know? So
That come from the haves and have-nots.
Yeah. It was like he was immortalized.
Yeah,
though.
he was one of them type of people that ain't have shit. He couldn't come home at night.
Yeah.
They used to have a story of how he used to sleep on the roof.
Yeah, he did with his dogs.
Yeah, that's crazy. Some people like that, you respect everybody. You could be there again if you was there before.
Yeah, 1,000%. I like that. That's actually the mindset
You
that I
understand the dark,
maintain.
though, you know what I mean? And you appreciate the light. And I think that's definitely something that X, came from and spoke. He understood what darkness was, but he definitely appreciated the light. We will miss new music coming from DMX because
Well, he had a whole album
he has
done.
too much classic.
What?
He had a whole album done before he
I
passed
think
away.
they released like a song or two.
Yeah.
They already released a record. I haven't gotten around to listening to it. Don't quote me, but I know Swiss is on it.
What's on it?
Song Pop Smoke.
Oh, wow.
Usher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Swiss
Usher
is
Bucks.
definitely on it.
Got some with Usher Bucks.
Man.
Usher.
Usher Bucks been
Usher
so
is-
old.
That nigga Usher is funny as hell.
What else did y'all want him to do though? While he was throwing it, I just want to know because like that's not foreign to me. You know, we went to KOD. Did you come?
No.
Maybe like in 2014, and it was a Mayweather fight, and there was money, and I'm just looking like.
Was you not in KOD that night too?
What? Was it in 2014? Look.
Oh, no,
I plead the fifth, but on this particular night, they was throwing KOD bucks. You never seen that?
Nah, they out of line.
You never seen?
Nah, I never seen that.
Yeah.
Not the night I went, I guess.
Well, the thing is, though, this is why I feel like people need to really think about what Usher did. He didn't just come into the club with money and start throwing it. Because when you go to KOD, you, like, let's say you say, I need a band, I need 500, whatever is your little piece. You're going to pay the banker, and she's going to give you, instead of real dollars, they're going to give you KOD dollars. But they said they do it to stop fighting. Which I don't really get because it's like
'Cause it's still
that's my dollar. I still
currency.
gotta
Right,
check it in
word,
at the end of the night.
word.
But they said they do it to calm down the fighting. That's what they said.
So the birds be
What?
squawking.
I swear.
So you told me the money I was throwing wasn't money?
No, if you didn't pay attention to it, the banker didn't give you real dollars. It's KOD money, like Monopoly money. You never.
I was gambling with that money at the
No, you
end of the
was
night.
not.
Yes, I was. I was gambling with that money at the end of the night. I made money. I made real money off of fake money?
Nah.
Nah, bro. I was too drunk.
Was it in KOD now? Because they got a new KOD. Shout out to KOD though.
Yeah, it was like recently.
No, okay, I can't talk about that. I don't know what they do right now. I know that I just was I was just in Miami, and we went to KOD.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
they gave you KOD bucks.
That's what?
They give you
I was gambling with that money. I'm not lying to you. And I made bread. The nigga was like, yo, Names, you can't hit that jump shot. And I made it. And I made $30. And then he's like, yeah, double up. And I made it again. And I made another $30. And then we was rolling dice after that. And I made bread. I came off.
I could get in a dice game because you know how they pass the money off in a dice game, little stick it in a pocket. Ooh, well, they know now.
Damn, little son. I'm surprised Brian
The
called.
It
dice.
was you that gave them the KOD money? But y'all funny. He probably was just like, this recyclable. Homie did me a favor. I'm going to go in there. I'm not even going to pull out my money. I'm going to throw the KOD money off the rip.
The type of niggas I be around. That's what they do.
That's so funny.
But can you imagine the girls though? Like, oh my God, we came up tonight. Oh shit,
No,
sis.
but you
And they-
do. Because they go back and cash it in.
No, I'm talking about the Usher Bucks. They in the locker room be like, yeah, bitch. What the fuck is this?
Okay, so for someone who like
This is.
myself,
I know he did not.
I'm sorry, like,
I think that Usher, you have to cash the money in at the end of the night. You don't think it's like that was
Usher standing at the door like, you ready to cash your money in?
okay, wait.
Let it
Names,
go, baby.
Whitney, I don't know what Usher Bucks is. So y'all laughing, having a good time, and I'm like,
Somebody pull that plug. Wait.
Oh shit!
Usher Bucks, pull it up, please.
Hey yo!
With a whole bunch of hundreds and fifties with his
But
face
they
on
was
it.
his face on it.
That's why
He
they call it-
counterfeited money with his face on it.
But he didn't.
I'm
See,
sure
this
you-
is the thing.
What you mean he
Call
did?
Usher Raymond right now.
let me get him on the line. Wait, when did he do this?
YMOND. Somebody call him.
What? O&D. Yo, you're
Change the
funny.
face up on the money, though.
No, he did not. I'm more than sure. Thank you, Rico. I'm more than sure this is a story gone wrong, and you cash that money in somewhere. He can't.
It has no.
It's promotion for his new.
I did see this. I did overlook. I skipped past his face on $100 bill. I just kept scrolling because that didn't pertain to anything I
Now
was
we gotta
interested
check on
in.
Usher, y'all. Usher doing getting high, bro. I'm Usher getting high. I don't
So-
care. He doing something.
No, the funniest one is Diddy holding the Usher book. Like, is that Usher?
The internet is undefeated.
That's a meme from back in the day when Diddy was like on the floor of a basketball game and they handed him like a like change and he was looking at the dollar funny. And it's like when you make so much money, a dollar look different to you. Yeah, that's an old meme. But nah, that's
Usher bucks.
Usher bucks.
So what is the value of Usher book? Like nothing?
I don't know. I guess it's 2 cents a Dogecoin. I don't know.
Dogecoin is doing good right
It
now.
definitely
so
is.
don't mix the Usher bucks with Dogecoin. They might
Right
have
about
everybody
that.
on Robinhood like, let's get some Usher bucks.
Right. We get some Usher bucks. We need value going there. Like, damn, you got to stock Usher bucks on there?
Usher might find a new lane after this.
A new
Imagine going into the
lane.
strip club, guys, though, and never seeing real money again.
Niggas just, they're like, hey, you want to dance? And that nigga have a wristband on. He's like, yeah. And he double tap your wrist.
But it's like
and it's
a
like,
timer.
boom, one dance.
That is
2
crazy.
minutes.
Your dance is up.
I'm
It's not
done.
Disney raining on my
Right.
That is crazy. I think that like we need to really think about where this is going because if they eliminate the real dollars from the club, I think that takes away the whole
It's going to go left.
feeling. You know what I mean? Like we don't want to see Usher or
The
KOD.
niggas
both.
gonna be in the club like, pew, pew.
What do you think the strippers have to say though? What do you think the strippers are saying
We
about
gotta
it?
get a stripper up here so we can ask her.
I can't wait. That'll be awesome to see
I
what
think
she
that
has to
would
say.
fill my vibe, like the whole. I'm just saying, like besides dancing and being sexy, I'm sure a woman would want to feel those dollars raining from the sky, and if they fake,
The
they don't
real
feel the
deal.
same. This is what I'm saying. It can't feel the same.
It must
That-
feel
that dollar
like
felt sticky.
No,
That-
that was stiff. It wasn't.
That-
It scratched me.
that dollar felt like
Paper.
printing paper, right? Like what the?
Like thick old paper. That's crazy.
Wait. So
do that in the strip
I
club.
know that KLD sounds like a lot of fun for both of you. All I haven't been yet, maybe ever. But this past weekend, we also lost another icon. Black Rob passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone knew that he was sick, but like I guess he was suffering, and I was curious. I mean, are we supposed to like make sure that people from like the 90s and the 2000s are healthy? I mean, is that our job to like tap in? Because like DJ Self and other people were like, damn, I tried to intervene. Like I guess
I mean,
we're supposed
I
to
think
save
it's
them.
everybody's job to do that for themselves. And I think if you're a friend, I would never want to see my friend.
Facts.
And there's certain things that I'm gonna say. But,
Yeah.
What do you say or what can you say that
Yeah.
is not disrespectful? You know what I mean, or that is not forceful.
Mhm.
So with that being said, I just think that I feel extremely almost exhausted in looking at the last 2 weeks of just that.
Yeah.
Things are natural, things happen, but Black Rob was just something that I was a little bit more saddened to see because he definitely looked like he was suffering.
Yeah, he's doing bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he looked like he was suffering.
He was talking. He was like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it wasn't clear to me what was going on
Yeah,
with
but,
him. I'm not
yeah,
sure if
they,
he was
like they didn't
going
come out and
on
say
with-
what was his what his ailment was.
Yeah,
Which is
I'm
crazy.
not sure what exactly what was going on with him, but
I seen him on 116th about 4 years ago. He was out there. He was got that loud, baby.
Oh, yeah?
He was outside. I remember vividly. He had some. Remember them orange what's them shit? Them Patrick Ewing joints that came out back in the day.
Absolutely
The
not.
orange and white shits, and he had on like an orange jacket. He was orange down. That's all I remember him being orange down. I'm like, he got mad orange on.
Yeah, mad orange.
And we walked past him. Y'all got that loud about here? I'm like, nah, I'm going to the mall over
You
here.
were in Jersey?
No, we was in Harlem.
Really?
Yeah, on 116th. He was standing
Not
right
from
there.
Harlem?
I'd be outside. I'd be everywhere.
He be outside. I thought you seen him in Trenton or something.
No, we was in
you
Harlem.
seen him in,
I never
Nice.
forget because I was going
in
to the mall on
Patterson.
116th.
I thought you seen him in Newark.
Hell no, he ain't gonna be in Newark. Ain't
I
nothing
thought
out
you
here
seen
for
him
him.
in Parsippany. No, I'm
Hell
just naming
no.
all the little towns that
All
I
the
I
listen,
drove
don't nobody
through
really want to go to. Just like, what's your man that, wait a minute, he got robbed in North. As soon as he said, yeah, they had me standing outside in North. And as soon as he said North, everybody was like, oh my God. Yep, they robbed me. Yep, they sure did. You ain't got no business being out in North.
Wait a
from
minute.
there.
Wait a minute. I know what song you're talking about.
Wait a goddamn minute. Wait a minute.
Who sing that song?
Wait a minute. I can't think of his name right now. What is his name? My man B.I. engineer.
Ask Siri.
Not Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder ain't getting robbed out here, bro. Shout out to the Billy homie.
Shout out to Uncle Murder. But
So wait, I just wanted to drop this because I didn't know.
Fresher,
this.
that's his
Who?
name, Fresher.
Yeah, Fresher. No, he's cool.
Oh,
Bad Boy
Fresher.
for Life. That's the classic track. Did you know that Black Rob helped write that track?
What's the record?
Bad Boy for Life.
I believe
We
that.
ain't.
Yeah, he was
then-
on the record.
So then, where is his M's? So where is his money going? Like, how does it factor? Like for
yeah, his deal was wrong.
It's
Black
like
Rob's
90,
deal
right?
was wrong. Locke's deal was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they wasn't getting a publishing. and
I
stuff
think
like
my
that.
real question is for any artist who has been on top of the world and then we watch you die early at 51. Like, what happened from high times, fame, fortune, the best moments of your life?
Living that fast life.
Yeah.
Come through in the port slow, like, whoa.
Your mom say. I'm just saying, like you. The Japanese say, you wax on, you wax off.
Yo,
And that's all I know is that you do things in life. Listen, I'm not trying to judge anybody. I just know that whatever you do in life, there is a fine balance between not doing it or reversing it or, just paying more attention to the finite details.
Finite,
You
good
might
word.
not see those details, but in 3 days you may, in a year you may, you know what I mean? You might not see the result of something, but right away, but you may see it over time. And I feel like we all see that. We all go through that. It's more about the turning around. It's the reversal. It's also about asking for help.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
See, me
people
cheeseburgers,
don't
man.
want to say it, but I've been saying it for the longest, like, please don't invite me out anywhere. I just don't think you understand it. Like, she doesn't understand it. She thinks I don't want to hang out with her. I don't want to be in the street. So I don't want to.
I don't want to be.
Okay, so we're clear. No, I don't. Time out. No. Wait, let's be clear. No. I was doing events.
Such and such here.
No, Whitney. No. I wasn't.
I was outside.
Don't let Whitney lie to y'all. I was not outside. I was at an event, a weekly event that I was doing. And I was wanting
That
her
I cannot
support
go
to
to,
be
by the
there.
way.
Right, but you acted like I'm outside on the block with about 6 bottles of champagne.
She
Like,
also
no.
portrayed that I was not coming to this event because I was like, Coyote Ugly at the bar somewhere else. Like, hey, I wasn't. I was studying.
She was in the library, y'all.
Is that like a code word for something? That
No, apparently she was really in the library.
Yeah, 'cause I was in the library last night. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, she
At
just
the
didn't
time,
show
I
up to
was
my
doing
events.
a semester
It's cool.
in
It's cool.
class, and I literally always was
I
in
think
the library.
that's the yin to the yang. I think that's what you were saying. Like, you have to have balance. You have to be able to say,
And
like,
you
my
have to know
lifestyle
when-
calls for X, Y, and Z in order for me to progress, or else I'm gonna be stuck.
Because
Yeah.
I'm not moving. Like, I know
Yeah.
I'm moving. I know we all, I'm going to speak for myself, but I feel like I've been in a place where I felt like I was in a hamster wheel. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm moving. I'm waking up every day.
Definitely, yeah.
Things is getting done. Like, tomorrow change. I'm not dreaming, but I'm in the same place. How?
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes you get like that, whether you're complacent, whether you have people around you that are stagnant. Maybe
That's
they're-
really what it boils down to
sometimes
is your crew.
We all got to figure out
That's
our
very
own
true.
pace. And sometimes, Sandy may be moving fast, and that may be too fast for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Rick might be moving slow, and that's too slow
So
for
for
me.
me.
You got to figure out what your who's Sandy? You got to figure out what your pace is in
That's a fact.
in whatever situation you're in.
No, and I think, so going back to DMX and going back to these heartbreaking transitions. People are transitioning life into death, and it's like, damn, they're only 51. It's like, wait, what? They're incredible artists. They're legendary in the hip hop community. But I heard Pastor Brian, one of my favorite pastors, say DMX was as gifted and as much of a poet as he was. He also allowed his habits to self-sabotage his gifts. So going along with what you're saying, like making sure I'm not self-sabotaging, making sure that I'm not allowing my behavior, my patterns, my day-to-day to take away from my purpose or what I'm really here to accomplish, like what I say I'm about versus what I actually.
It boils down to mental health in the black community, because a lot of people done been through a lot of stuff in their life, and at 14 years old, they drinking, smoking. I don't take them to that place. I'm speaking from personal, you know what I mean? They take you to a place where it's like, yo, I caught myself like years. I was like, whenever I stressed out, I'm going to get something to drink, and I walk to the liquor store.
Yeah,
I'm drunk for the rest of the night. I didn't accomplish anything that whole day besides getting drunk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
I get it.
You see, like him down the line, like he loved Hennessy. You know, he's smoking blunts. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? Just like what's that show he was on? The Save My Life or something he was on.
Oh,
and it was like, no alcohol on the premises. She's like, hold on.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Now you have it.
Oh wow.
That's a real alcoholic.
I
I see myself in X. I'm like, oh shit, that's some shit I would have did.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, whenever I speak to you, you're always saying how you're working. Mm-hmm. It seems as if like you are able to ration your time for your best interest. So you might be partying, but 2/3 out of your time is actual work. Like you're in the studio, you're actually in an environment where you can produce some content, you can produce music where you can.
X was he though. X was still a major star. I mean, we still are not talking about how he transitioned from hardcore hip hop, rap, gangster, drill music to really being in excellence. He was actually amazing.
Oh, I love him as an actor. I love Belly.
Great. Like he was really a really good actor.
He's an incredible talent.
For him to be exactly his talent.
So let's make sense of the self-sabotage though.
Him and Hype made that movie.
Right.
Well, I mean, I just don't. I feel like I'm talking out of turn if I call it self-sabotage, because again, you don't know what someone is going through. I'm only gonna speak from my own personal trials and tribulation. I suffer from anxiety and depression.
No, I have anxiety. I get it.
If something is going on with me, I might not want to tell everybody this around me. I may want to look inside myself and say, why can't you do this different? You know, like even going back to what you're saying, I never drunk responsibly in my life. That's why for a year I didn't drink, because I didn't know how to drink responsibly.
Right.
Like when the commercial says, make sure you drink responsibly, all we know is, don't save nothing in the bottle.
That bottle don't last at the end of the night.
Yeah, like it's.
I
mean,
like
I don't know when. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know when you grew up or what you and your friends did, but it was like,
don't save anything in the bottle.
Friday.
Yeah,
like, this is
drinking
Friday.
this bro. Pour that up. All you hear is a big bottle hitting the club. Blink, blink, blink.
If the liquor store's closed, then you go to the bootlegger.
Oh
like,
God. You gonna go to the after hours. Word up.
It's bad. You know what I mean? And you have to know your limits. You know, it wasn't for me until I would like wake up, and I mean, thank God nothing really serious ever happened to me, but I would like wake up, no lie guys, I'm telling y'all a lot right now, but this is for people who like just pick up on yourself. I know myself. I will wake up in the morning, I might be looking for like my pocketbook, my whatever I'm looking for, right? It's all where it needs to be, but it's hidden, and the chain, both locks to the door. Like if I am closing the door from like Christ himself, and it's like, was somebody chasing you? Like this is the
but you
in the
knew,
morning I used to have to be like, so, what's going through your brain, girl?
Right.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Why is your pocketbook?
I've been so messed up. I wake up, I didn't even know how the fuck I got home.
You live by yourself though. I know even y'all viewers can say you woke up in the morning after a drunk night and there was a trail that told you the story.
Good night.
Like your t-shirt was here, your sock is there, maybe it's a cup right there, the watch is on the floor, you still got the chain on, the cell phone is underneath the bed. You like, what happened? You're by yourself though. You're by yourself. So you're like,
where's my charger next to the toilet? Where's my charger?
What happened in here? Like, there's times where that happens, and no matter what it is that you're doing, whether you're under the influence, whether you're not, we gotta pay attention, because a mood swing is a mood swing, and mental health is.
So going back to the topic of mental health, going back to the topic of mental health, do you, and I can't wait for y'all to flip it on me and ask me this back, because I haven't even really thought about my own response, but do you have anyone in your life, whether it's family or friends, that tells you like you're tripping, like you need to switch it up, like somebody you respect, obviously, not somebody that you're like, okay, I don't give a rat's ass what you have to say to me or about me. But someone that you're like, yo, I respect this person as a spiritual being, as an adult, as a respectable individual, and they're actually helping me right now by speaking to life into me, but also checking me at the door. Because, you know, they say a lot of these celebrities, a lot of these big people, big figures, they don't have anyone that tells them the truth. Mm-hmm. They just have people that go along and get along, or that just, you know what I mean, just down for the ride. Like,
That's a fact.
So my thing is, do I have someone in my life? Whitney, 1,000%.
No.
Whitney will always be like, not in my house.
Friends, I feel like they'll be like, this is a bitch.
Yeah, you play mommy when you outside.
I would be
No,
like,
Whitney lets them have it.
We're not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
This is not conducive to my program.
If I'm not in a place to be like, we're not doing that, then everything is gonna be bad.
Oh, man, Tasmania.
But do y'all have anyone in y'all's corner that you respect, that you're like, I'm glad that you finally pulled me aside and was like,
Stop.
maybe this is not good?
Yeah, my daughter and my mother.
Nice.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter will be 14 on the 1st. I was on a binge. I was
14?
Yeah, I was 21 when I had
You
my
look so
own daughter.
young.
Thank you, because I feel old as shit. Tired as hell.
Nigga, so you heard the bones when I sat down?
Nah, but I remember one night, it was like a week, I was just drinking. And my daughter was like, Daddy, every night you're up and you're walking around knocking stuff over. Stop drinking. I was sleepwalking.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I was like, didn't even realize I was drinking. Like I was drinking a lot. I was waking up going to sleep drunk. So I guess I wasn't getting no sleep. And when I don't get sleep, I sleepwalk. And she's like, yeah, you scaring me. And I was like, all right, let me chill out. And it kind of like opened me up, opened my eyes up a little bit. Because I didn't realize I was doing it like that. Some people don't realize they in that mode.
Yeah.
You just don't realize. You're just like, oh, I'm just vibing. I'm good. I'm just drinking next thing you know, you're drinking a pint every night of some hard liquor straight out the bottle, watching TV, and you're just drinking by yourself. That's when you know you're like going down a steep, slippery slope. You're just doing it just to be doing it. There's no reason to do it. You're just drinking.
I suffer from social anxiety, and the only reason why I knew is because I don't know how many people can say like that's a fact, but I remember being 20, walking into the club, getting triple shots of Grey Goose then too, because that's what I used to drink vodka.
Grey Goose if you go.
Triple shot, but it would always be in the height of like, you know, your ex is here, whatever. You know, like it would be those kind. And he wasn't even my ex then, but it was your boyfriend is here. It was just like
Your current boyfriend.
Damn, man, that's my cup.
Yeah, but I mean, this is not. Listen, I am no one's role model. Please do not take my word for it. But I remember.
My problem and I corrected it. That's the thing.
But what I want to say is, I remember being in the club with Whit, and we were having those triple shots, and I remember Whit being the most responsible person in the room. I really was like, this 19-year-old is mature. Like, she's like not playing around, but that doesn't condone that behavior.
Disclaimer: she was in Puerto Rico when he was 19. 19.
No, but the point is, I definitely don't want to condone bad behavior, but I definitely feel like bada bings.
Shout out to Platinum Pleasures. Shout out to Platinum Pleasures.
Shout out to City from 2010 to 2015 Sin City.
Shout out to City Lights.
Right, yo.
City shit.
But listen, the point is not condoning.
Shout out to Cityscapes.
Not condoning Club Lust in Brooklyn. What happened to them?
Shout out to Lust.
Oh,
a couple
man.
of birthdays. I had a hurricane.
What happened to them?
A snowstorm one time.
Yep.
All the strip clubs. Shout out to Starlets, bro.
Starlets. Yeah.
Look, we said the same thing. Damn.
Another one bites the
I
dust.
ain't gonna lie,
Another one.
shit let out. They used to have them
Shout out
platters
to
out there.
Angels.
But yo, let me get the jerk chicken with the
Food
what's
was
up, bro?
banging. Nobody had better food than Ben Biddy, though.
Oh.
Nobody had better food than the backyard. I'm sorry, I'm from the Bronx, but those of you who don't know, that's our backyard. Nobody had better food than them voodoo wings. You got a whole steak in Sin City, all right? Niggas is pulling up the mall like,
all right.
Yo, we getting the wings. What we getting? The bill is $250.
But what? It was a different culture. Speaking of which, the Migos is coming out with a new Culture 3.
I know, they keep leaking out snippets, and I'm so excited. Mama! I cannot wait to hear all the ad-libs that's going to be on this album.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna do throw some sort of ad lib in.
Mama.
I love Migos and
Yeah.
ad-libs.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
does better ad-libs,
So-
better than Migos and R. Kelly. I'm gonna let y'all go.
So wait, so R. Kelly. What? So what happened?
Ad-libs, bro.
Not better than
Not-
R. Kelly.
Not the Migos, not the R. Kellys.
Listen,
Like,
I don't mean to stir the pot, but you notice Migos was boom, 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 boom on top. Then Little Baby swept in from QC, and then Migos wasn't even a thing. So was it Migos or was it QC or was it Little Baby? Which one was the reason
I
that
think
Little
it was
Baby
all three.
stood president?
I think it was all three. Little Baby is really nice.
Little Baby is Little Baby for
He
real.
is nice. That's what I will give him.
And he's new.
Lil
I mean,
Baby
how
is
new
nice.
is? He's not new.
But you know what it is? I know what you're going
Right.
at. He's young.
Mm-hmm.
So to see the potential, it's like looking at Jay. If Jay was on when he was 19.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I like that example,
Or
yeah.
if Kanye, like, I would have
Yeah.
loved to see what they was talking about then, but Baby is so young.
Would Baby be
And
Baby
he's
without
dope.
Drake's cosign though? Because when Drake threw that
Yeah.
cosign, it was different
Yeah.
after that.
When would Migos be Migos without Drake's cosign?
Yeah. First of all, guys,
Realist. Nigga. In it. Yo, I love him. I shout out to Lil Baby.
listen.
But Migos
Drake,
is back.
He
So.
could bring some people to life, but I just feel like even if he doesn't co-sign them,
Well, you know what Drake does? Drake he opens the eyes of the white people.
absolutely.
Like, oh my gosh, this is Drake's on this song?
Yeah.
Not
all these
these guys. Yo,
Oh my God, these songs are pretty good.
I listened to an interview with Steve Style on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne asked Steve Style, "Is it really possible for Drake to hold the number 1, 2, and 3 slot on Billboard?" And I'm like, "You fucking hater! You've been hating on Drake since he was fucking Aubrey, or he's Aubrey still since he was Degrassi. Like, what's his problem?"
He's the greatest.
Of course it's possible. He's Drake.
Greatest artist in the past.
Drake.
Drake. Yo, that's
I think that sometimes Charlamagne, he says things that are necessary to play with people's minds.
No, but he was like, "Is it possible for it to be rigged? That like Drake paid for like, you know, that it wasn't
I
authentic.
mean, the game can be rigged.
The streams were not authentically his."
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say the game is not rigged. The game can be rigged.
But that's like
Right.
Jordan rigging
But
his
my thing
own
is,
game.
The people still like what they like.
They like it, but you got to also put it like this. Hey, man, I love a hamburger at my mom's crib. But, hey, when I'm outside, I see a McDonald's arches. I'm like, damn, I want some french fries.
McDonald's.
It gets beat
But
in
you
your
went there
head.
for French fries. You ain't go there for the
Yeah, I'm going to get a burger,
McDonald's
too. Yeah, it's getting beat in your head. You ever heard a song, you're like, yo, this song is always on the radio. I don't even like this. And then 3
And
weeks later, you're like,
you're humming along. Yeah, you're humming along.
with
You
it.
still know you hate that song.
Yeah, but you bop to it in the club. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I have to
You
think
get
about
beat in your
this.
head. It's getting beat in your head.
I don't think that I like songs because it's the replayability that DJs choose. I think I like songs because they're like good songs.
Yeah, of course.
Like-
It's easier for them to rise, but some songs, they gotta work them. So you know how people say, "Oh, we working a record."
Yeah.
They work a record and just keep playing, keep
Do
playing.
you
how it
think?
needs
Do
to
you
go.
personally think that Drake's "Scary Hours 2" was legitimately worth being 1, 2, and 3 on Billboard?
The reason why they were is because Drake has not released anything
Yeah, I was just about to say
in
That's one.
so long
Mhm.
that of course his fans are gonna be. I'm a humongous Drake fan. Scorpion did nothing for me. Nothing. I'm sorry, Aubrey. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it was
Lizzie,
like
I
it's
love
skippers.
you so
I mean,
much.
on there was skippers.
The arrangement was wrong. Like everything about it was wrong. Pusha T came at you goofy. You had to like you should have came harder. The arrangement was just wrong.
Drake came in Kofi.
He put Pusha T in the dirt.
He really did.
Gotta relax.
Bro. Scorpion wasn't really that strong. It really wasn't.
Drake dropped a disc. He dropped a record. Put Pusha T in the dirt. I forget what it's called. It's called like,
What's the? I was
Wait, so you
the
don't feel
record.
like Pusha T put him in the dirt first?
Pusha T look like a sucker. Truthfully to me.
You know what? I'm gonna say something that I probably normally wouldn't say, but I have to. Drake looked like a sucker, and I love Drake.
He said, "I was hiding a baby from the world. I wasn't hiding the world from my baby." Which one was it? I don't know how. Don't quote
He
me.
said, I wasn't hiding myself from the world. I was hiding the world from myself.
So-
Ness, you don't come back from that. That you don't do that. You don't do that, and that's why he's a little slow right now. He's a little quiet because he don't really know what he could and can't do. He's still Drizzy. Don't get it twisted. But right now, his fan base is with who? My sex, not yours. This is where his fan base is. Yes, his fan base is heavily with
No, a lot of guys
It's
act
very
like that
number
Drake
one.
is not their top 5. They be like,
But it is
oh,
though. But
they right, but it is though. Yeah.
Just like he said, you gonna buy my record and say it was for your sister. He got y'all with that. However, with us, we not really letting up that he locked Drake. Could have told us about the baby. We would have
Talking about
respected
Mr.
that.
Sensitive?
100%.
We would have respected that.
I would have been like,
Yeah,
Drake.
we were like, oh my God, he has a baby.
Right.
I'm like, where are you registered, Drake?
And I
I'll
think
send you
He
something.
messed
But
up
now
that
it's
because
like,
he was supposed to come out with it, like to come out to the world about his son in an Adidas promo run. So that messed his money up too. When he
okay,
came
but
out with
let's
that, too.
no, 1000%.
And then on More Life, I'm sorry, when he said, got no baby on the way. He has a record with yes, I'm talking baby like stunning. You should have still it was too many things with his foot in for a real.
Okay, but then on Scary Hours
album,
too.
though, but you still shouldn't have said.
But Scary Hours too, he brings up him taking his son.
You
Wait.
think about the time frame? He did.
How you know when you recorded?
Because it wasn't even 2017. It probably wasn't. And if it was 2017, then Scorpion had to come out
2018.
Exactly.
So what? He still said it,
takes
nigga.
for a baby to oven.
Nigga still said it.
Was on the way. That's
Okay,
why
wait.
he tried to get the
No.
prelude to
Okay,
the
so
no baby
let's
being
fast
on the way.
forward from 2017 to 2021. He talks about his son. That he takes his son to school.
And
his M's are going up in the same afternoon as recess.
That's all the moms will ask him, do you really know Beyonce?
Right, exactly. So, Pat, okay, so now he's talking about his son. So we've moved on past him and his
Have we really moved on?
stripper. I don't know what she was. I mean, whatever. That was his relationship with her. Porn star. Now she does something with like nonprofit and humanitarian work. Good for her.
Yes, she should.
Good for her. But the point is, Drake is a legend. I just feel like Pusha T. I feel like Pusha T pushed his wig back for 30 minutes. Like, come on.
He did it for the summer. Honestly,
Yo, you know he did.
For the summer. Pusha was. Let me tell y'all something. Most people, let's be clear, don't even know who Pusha is.
That's a fact.
When he put that out, every Drake friend, every millennial, they now know who Pusha T is.
Right.
So you really
working
because
with
it was
a kid-
vouched
let me
on.
just say this. I was working with a kid that said he didn't know what Cisco was. I had to grab my seat like, you never heard the thong song?
Oh, wow.
You never heard Beauty is her name? Like, what kind of black family do you come from?
What
But-
type of non-BT
but-
type of person are you?
It's your age too.
Yeah.
It's your age. So again, Pusha he's not the rapper, he's not the talent, he's not the creator that Drake is. However, right there in that little scuffle, it's looking like Pusha won.
I'm telling you.
Pusha
Pusha said, let me
won
just
right
go
now.
ahead and just throw some roses on your casket because it's over for you.
Like
But
you say, you putting numbers on the board. Yeah, you better check out Pusha T.
okay, so what do you think? What do you think that moment was like for Drake? If he was just like the first to hear it and he was like,
He said, ha ha ha. Next.
whatever. He didn't say ha. No,
He
his.
didn't even
that?
respond
This
to
is
him.
around the same time he was having a melee with Joe Budden too, right? Yeah, it's around the same time.
He did respond
And
to
then
him
the
though.
Migos drop on what's that shit? If a nigga hate him, call him Joe Budden.
Pussy.
They took care of him, bro. This is Drake. We talking about Drake.
That shit was ass.
Was that Migos song? No, I like that
Yeah,
song.
I'm talking about that line.
That was not.
Pussy.
Oh
Oh my God, he called him a pussy.
That was a
Right.
good line. You know that was a good line because Joe is one of the most verbally aggressive without rapping. Without rapping though. Joe Budden,
Which I enjoy him without rapping.
I enjoy him too. But Joe Budden is one of the most aggressive, like self-proclaimed, like, what did you just say to me? Kind of people. You know, like he's like second up behind.
Yeah, and it's
T.I.
his tone in his voice. He's
So-
like, why you so loud, bro?
Yeah, so it's like for them to put out a record and put it on the album and say if a nigga hate and call him Joe Budden.
I mean, Joe Budden has his own network
don't
now,
know.
so obviously it
Pussy.
worked in his
Like,
That's
favor.
funny.
But it worked in his favor. He has his own network now. He's the king of the podcast now. So
You know what though? I feel like
He's having a little
Joe's
bit of
on his way
issues
because Joe is
also.
very articulate. He's animated.
Yeah.
He's got a
Yeah.
crazy voice. His voice
Yeah.
stands out
Yeah.
from the crowd. I mean, he was on
Shout
his way
out
for
to Joe
that.
Buttons because Joe Buttons was also,
Shout out to Joe
in my
Buttons.
time when I was in the street for real, listening
Outside,
to music
outside.
Joe Budden definitely had that pump. That was
Yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
was a banger. That was a banger in the Copacabana.
I mean-
that was a banger. That was on every mixtape.
I mean, Busta, right?
Listen, big country. You not from New York, you know. So I gotta let you know.
I'm about to say
Jersey. Yeah, I remember that.
Chill. Hey, listen. I'm gonna let you have your Joe Budden moment.
Right.
Joe
Up
Budden
in the club like that. Joe Marcus Houston.
Joe Budden did have his time.
Joe is doing his numbers with podcasts. We'll leave it at that.
He did have his time though.
We'll leave it at that. I mean, a lot of people think that Joe Budden is incredibly creative.
He is.
And one of one in his own way. And
You know what gets in the way of him is his
attitude.
Yeah, his attitude. If
Arrogance.
Yeah, if you was to match up his catalog to some people's catalogs, you'd be like, oh man, he'll watch some people, yo.
so is he a commercial artist or is he like the king of the underground?
He's a bar god. He is a bar god. I've heard him rap for 8 minutes straight, and I was.
You know who I would compare him
So it's
to?
a freestyle or a
And
rap?
Not necessarily in like how they rap, but how you explained it. I feel like his career for him can do him justice, and at the same time, his mouth could also get him into trouble.
Right.
But he's a really good rapper. It reminds me of the game.
Yeah.
It
very
reminds me
true.
of the game because I feel like it's the game's persona. It's who he is that is like. If they don't like him, it's gonna go this way, But if we really like him, it'll go that way. But he actually really is talented. Like the game really has.
Game is one of my favorite rappers.
But he does have good records.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, speaking of the game, and then more over to 50, I'm really interested in getting a air date or a movie date to see BMF.
I don't know. I think
When
you
is
have
that
to
dropping?
follow
That's what
that.
can someone tell me? Can
just
someone
wanna
drop in the
know-
comments when that's coming out so we can
Well, I just want to know who gave 50 like.
the go ahead.
Yeah, like who made him the Ving Rhames of the American gangster?
Good night.
Why
You know
does he
50's a
feel?
bully.
He is, but I just feel like okay. I see what you did with like Supreme and your Get Rich or Die Trying. I see what you did
And I heard
with
that
the
he's
For Life.
supposed to be doing the Supreme story too, though.
If he's doing the Supreme story, that's crazy.
I heard something. I seen that at, and they was like, "Yeah, how can he do that?" I don't know. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn I heard something like that. And they was like saying that he, in the same breath, he was doing. It might have been on Drink Champs. I seen that.
Well, maybe he just feels like he wants to bring all of that to, the air. I don't know, but I just wanted to know, like, what is it, or what is he wrapped in that makes him so invested in these particular stories?
I mean, I think his success with Power has given him the platform to be able to say, I am the executive on telling the story about street life.
I can second that.
Really? So if we had to nominate just one other person, do you feel like
We'll tell the story better?
Tell these stories better than 50.
Is there anyone that's telling the story?
It might be John
In addition
Singleton
to?
probably would have been the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Singleton, he depicted the hood very well.
Depicted.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Master P. Birdman. They did so much with like, I got the hookup, and but these were like these are like funny movies, but they were still they were filming. They produced film.
So you don't think Tyler? I'm just playing. I was gonna say
No.
Tyler Perry got to come up with a gangster flick.
Tyler, you know what it is about
Because I'm
Tyler
tired
Perry?
of hearing seeing the Medea films.
I'm just, you know what messes me up with Tyler Perry? It'd be like the hair and makeup for me, and the settings. Cause he did.
It'd be like the hair and makeup as a man.
He had a video with Shamar Moore, and he had the
Oh,
cornrows.
stop.
I said
That was a
what?
full lace front.
Why?
That's so funny.
Why does he have the need to have the? Why? He didn't need that. It was for what?
But because they have
He could just
given
have
him
a regular haircut.
They could have given him better
Rico
cornrows.
Suave is going on here.
He's going up the truck like, yeah. I'm like, he don't even look like that.
No, they could have had better cornrows on Shamar Moore. It was hard to look at.
Supposed to look like a dirty nigga.
Yeah, but the cornrows look like a
He just
wig.
grew his hair out.
Yeah.
How you a dirty nigga with a
And
wig
grew a
on?
beard.
Like that don't make no sense.
No, I think Shamar got hair. He got hair.
He sometimes plays a bold role. He's like Arkells. He goes back and forth.
Yeah, but he didn't need the cornrows. It was cornrows didn't do anything for me in his role in that movie.
But it's several characters who have bad wigs throughout.
Tyler Perry movies.
Throughout
That's what I'm
Tyler
saying.
Perry
Just
movies.
Tyler Perry be throwing me off. I'd be like, why?
You know what?
But can he do?
Why
But can
is
he?
that
Can
hair
he?
like
But
that?
can he tell the story of the street life and
No.
like the interface of street life, street
He's
living?
done it from, I guess, a civilian's perspective.
You know what?
Civilian, check you out. What you know about being a civilian versus street
I think
life?
he's on to something with that, but you know what it is? He's too not the civilian's perspective. Like it's just too cheesy.
Watered down family.
It's just too
It's family
corny.
stuff. Yeah.
It's just
like
too,
family
oh,
stuff.
you know what the word I'm looking for? Theatrical. And I
Yeah,
think that maybe
yeah,
he's
yeah.
coming from that place because he was first a play, like
Yeah,
a
A playwright. A
So
playwright.
it's like sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I
Sorry,
prefer
Tyler.
Tyler Perry when he's on Broadway Medea. I
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
prefer the movies
Yeah.
with Medea. And
Yeah.
I like Tyler Perry when he's himself.
Yeah.
He
But
got,
just
he got
not-
a decent acting when he's himself.
Yeah, when he's
But
himself.
Medea is funny.
It is funny.
On the plays, I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah.
Not
Way
in
more
the
funny in the
movies.
plays.
In the movies, everywhere.
She's way more funny in the plays.
Medea is funny though.
I mean, just going back to BMF, I feel like BMF is, one of the originators of like that lifestyle. Like the Blue Da Vinci talks about on Money's interviewed by, I forget the person's name that does all the interviews.
They're one of the
Blue
most
Da Vinci
recent.
had
but
the
he-
quickest
but-
cameo on Love and Hip Hop
Ever,
I've ever seen in my
ever, but
life.
the point
and
is-
I'm glad he did. Blue Da Vinci.
Yeah, but they.
Oh, Blue?
but-
Oh, yeah.
RNS, he shouldn't have been on there. He shouldn't have been there.
But-
He had the quickest cameo of life. On
But
Love
like
and
Big
Hip Hop.
Meech, Blue Da Vinci, Young Jeezy back 10 years ago. Like, what are we looking forward to hearing from this story? Because from what I understand, the Black Mafia family was iconic. Like, they're a part of culture that people overlook in terms of what hip hop has been fashioned into.
Them boys was running drugs throughout all the United States. I mean, they was in other people's hoods doing it too, because they wasn't originally from Atlanta. He was, I know, Blue from L.A., but Big Meech, his family, I believe they from Detroit, and like they started out in Detroit, and like they went to L.A. and then they went to Atlanta, and then, you know what I mean? It's a long. So a lot of people gonna. I know what I want to hear is like his early life, how he got started, what made him move here, what made him, you know what I'm saying, and then how he conducted his business. It's gonna be like your new age urban Scarface.
Exactly.
That's
That was what I'm
exactly.
saying.
If
Like,
they
the world
do it
is
correctly,
yours.
if they do it correctly, it could be the new age urban Scarface, because they came from nothing and he turned it into something.
An empire.
I heard he rented a 747 and packed it out and took everybody to Mexico, and they all was partying for like a week. You know how expensive that is to take a whole commercial airline and just fly wherever you want to fly?
Yeah.
That boy's getting different type of bread.
I think it's important to tell the story well. So Whit was saying 50 Cent is going to do, who else could have told the story well? I mean, I don't know. Who else could have?
I mean, I think that you made a clear, line. He did really great with Power.
Really
So maybe
great.
that is why he feels like he can go to the next level with. I just wanted to know who, said that he was going to tell all the gangster tales. That's all. Like, I just want to know why is it,
Did you guys ever see the life journal on ABC too?
So, no, I really just wanted to know. I watched For Life. I was forced into watching For Life. But it was good. For Life was good. If I wanted to talk about something that's based on a true story right now, I think that's something that is definitely captivating and is still loosely based on true stories. It's Snowfall. John Singleton definitely did his thing with that film.
That's the only
with
person
that,
that can compete with that.
With that show in itself, it's just like it's different. But it also opens my mind. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep talking about this. I keep seeing a clear line between just how Caucasian and the government view us, and how Black America, I feel like, was founded after slavery. And I feel like the only thing that I keep seeing that is so almost tradition is that somebody had to turn into a drug dealer. Somebody had to put their whole entire family on to make this obscene amount of money, which they probably never thought would happen. Do you know what I mean? Like the real Ricky Rose, the BMFs of the world, the Nicki Bomb of the world, the Frank Lucas, the niggas that go over
They
to
think so
Vietnam
lowly of us. They
and
didn't think we
bring-
could do it.
The niggas
Yeah.
that go to
Yikes.
Vietnam and
Yeah.
bring
And they were
boatloads,
working their
you know.
asses off.
You know,
I feel like they thought of like, oh, we was gonna make them stay in this box, but oh my God, they didn't stay in the box. And not that any of this is really good. No, it was bad for the environment. It was bad for human society, period. But it was like what you gave us to work with and what we turned it into. You know, you
took
gave
them
us,
lemons and turned into
you
lemonade.
gave us bullshit, but we turned it into enterprises. You know, and it's and some that's really what I've been looking at.
I feel like that's
a
the
lot.
reason why the drug laws have been so severe, because they recognize that black people, especially in the impoverished communities, they're gonna make sure that a lot of people are not gonna be on the opposite side of the crack pipe. Like, we're not gonna be just using and abusing. We're gonna be monetizing, enterprising. And so I think that's why they were like, we're gonna give you 45 years to life for one brick or whatever the laws have been established.
It is a big spread between the amount of years that certain people of a color or race others do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's niggas getting 115 years, and then for the same law that was broken, they'll walk out the room, and another person walk in, and they'll get like a quarter of
I mean,
what they
think
got.
about Madoff. He was
Yeah.
taking people's money and doing whatever he wanted, rubbing it with his, using it as tissue
The
for his
original
asshole.
scam.
Like
The
and-
original big scam.
right? And he wasn't buried under the jail.
I mean, he died in jail, didn't he?
Well, he just recently died.
Yeah,
I mean, his son killed himself.
Jesus.
But I want to say, because you said, oh yeah, why we always got to be depicted like as drug dealers and stuff like that. I want to go back to this. A lot of people's family fortunes that was built off of alcohol in the Prohibition era.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at your man Donald Trump. His father used to be one of them guys that used to be selling that hooch. That's how they got their bucks
Oh, wow.
in the beginning.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if you look
So it
up.
wasn't clean money.
The Kennedy family too. They got Kennedy family too. They was all what do we call them from back in the day? They was selling alcohol when it wasn't allowed. So I mean, they're prohibition, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I just wanted to go back to that because I wanted to shed light on how people say, oh yeah, we hustlers. Oh, they make us look bad, but they was hustlers too. They just don't talk about it. They don't talk about it. They did whatever they had to do to get their gain. So I mean, I tell people all the time, don't worry about how you get it. Just if you're in that life, figure out how to get out of it. Don't be stuck in it.
The Curators Club, I think we do a fine job of talking about, popular culture, current events, things that are actually pertinent to our community, to the communities in which we touch, our reach. And so you look at what's going on, like you said, the black versus white. White people can get away with certain things. Caucasian people can get away. African Americans can't. I mean, why are we still dealing with murder and deaths by police? Why do we need to police the police? In April 2021.
On the way over here, I saw a statement that Cuomo put out, and he said, it was like the most ruthless words I've read in a long time, but it's the truth. And he basically said that this will not be over until white children are getting gunned down by the police. And
He said that?
yeah,
Yes, he did.
and that like I'm getting goosebumps right now because it's really the truth. It's really the truth in every situation that you can think of. Like I know that there's a lot of talk about a child, a 13-year-old that had a gun and was gunned down.
Chicago, yeah.
And a lot of people could say the clear thing here. Why did he have a gun? Right? Like that's enough for a police to stop you. But the reality is
It's
some
Chirac.
of these kids that be these mass shootings, these people are white. I don't hear them getting killed before they even capture them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It happens
so
all the time.
when you bring, yes, that's clear common sense. No,
Right.
I would not raise my son to think it's okay. I don't care what color you are.
Right.
I can't determine that because I'm gonna have a baby. He could be dark or he could be clear like Casper. Who knows? However, wrong is wrong and right is right. I'm not ever gonna tell him to not carry a gun because he's black. Boy, you shouldn't be doing that because that's not the right thing for you to be doing. Period. But when they raise their kids, it seems like it's a colorism thing.
I mean, I think I've been fortunate. My family, your family. I'm not sure the names of your family, but I haven't had it. God, thank you, Lord. Nothing has happened to the black men in my family where I've had to feel like that hit close to home. But for example, what are we telling young black men and women, at the age of 12, which they say is the age of accountability, until they are full-blown adults, to make sure that they can steer around the policing, or, they say if you can't walk through something, go around it. So what are we telling them to make sure that they adhere to these guidelines? What is the narrative? This is awful. This is terrible. Black people are still being lynched and murdered in broad daylight. You should be putting your hands up as soon as you get pulled over. You should be less conspicuous or less argumentative when you're getting pulled over. What are you telling this generation that's stepping into accountability?
To make sure you're accountable for yourself. I would just always say to be mindful of yourself, have self-awareness, and know what's going on for you, for what you're walking around on. You know what I mean? But also realize that these people are not your friends. These people are not here to protect you. And if they feel like you are, you know how they say the lesser or equal value? Mm-hmm. If they feel like you are the lesser than, you will feel it in that moment. Yeah.
My grandfather would have been 101 this year, and my mother told me, dealing with the terrible, awful, god-awful death of George Floyd, when we were watching on TV all the protests last year in 2020, my mother said my father, again, who would have been 101, who was a sharecropper, so just one generation away from slavery, to stay out of the hands of the unjust law. So that means we're just walking around police. We're not interacting with them. We're doing business. And we're not having any sort of dialogue. As long as it's just hello and good evening, officer, good afternoon, officer, and that's it. Like, staying away from police is our best bet, no?
I would agree with that, but before we go out, I just want to let you guys sit on something, because my great-grandfather actually came to New York because he was a free slave. He didn't want to stay in Atlanta.
Wow.
And when he came here, I remember he always talked about a conversation that I'm not sure if he was sitting in on or if maybe his dad told him. But I know that the Prophet Muhammad was told by the head of the Ku Klux Klan that when we come back, we're not going to hunt you in sheets. We will be here to capture you in robes, in uniforms, and in suits. Mm-hmm. And the middle of America right now, those words I hang on to more than ever, because I feel like what these judges, what these cops, what these lawyers are allowing the justice system to become, it's bullshit. Mm-hmm. And it is only for a certain standard of color, period.
Well, I think that's the game right there. You heard it here first. If you didn't know it before, you know how to stay out the way.
But that was kind of heavy. I don't know if I like being this serious.
I think it's important to be serious at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't talk about it, then who's going to talk about it? If not us, then who?
Right.
Well, I'm going to sign off.
It was real.
Curators Club. Bye, people.
Peace. I'm about to fuck Rico up, too.